The topic which was given to me today is utilize before it is devalued. Is it the topic? Okay, demonetized. No. So, this topic, utilize before it is demonetized. I am not prepared for it. I don't want to speak, but I'll still speak. Because I know speaking, I can speak. I was wondering what to speak about this topic a couple of days back. So I thought, let me think about what to speak later. That later never came. So since I am sitting in front of you, I need to speak something. So let us start with this word utilize. This word utilize is a very important word. Many a times in our life we think when you see an object or when you see a person, instead of utilizing the object or a person, you think of enjoying. Generally, as a young boy, when you go and join the first year of engineering or any college when you go, how many of you have faced ragging? Ragging, you know what ragging is? These days in the college there's no ragging. You're all good karma. Even in engineering colleges, how many of you are studying some engineering college? There's no ragging in the first year? Oh, maybe I am the most unfortunate person. I had double ragging because I joined two colleges. I joined one college and the ragging time exactly got over the next day where the freshers party was there. 1 hour before the freshers party, I went and joined another college to get ragged again. So this ragging is something very much banned in India, but it still continues. I don't know, in Bombay they don't know or what. What all obnoxious things happen here, I know very well. I experienced it. And somehow it became a system that when you become a senior, so-called senior, you have the right to do the ragging. I don't want to tell the further story what happened to me when I did it. So then they asked this question. Why don't you enjoy? They give a glass of alcohol to you. Drink. So no, I don't drink. You're not going to drink? What kind of life is this? No. You're never going to drink? Then one of the boys would tell, it happened, the boy who was next to me. He told, no, when I grow old, I'll drink. Elderly. Because that is what the mothers had told. No, you're still a boy, young boy, you should not drink tea, coffee. Father would smoke and say, son would ask, I can also smoke? No, not now. When you become big, you can do. So when you go to this ragging, that person would say, the senior would say, no, this is the time to enjoy. Who knows what's going to happen? Old age, what your enjoyment is there? This is the youth. This is the right time to enjoy. Just enjoy life. Just do it. Just enjoy. Drink. All kinds of illicit activities, all kinds of so-called sense enjoyment, they impose onto you, though you are just brought up as a very good boy, and then explain to you that this is the right time. If you don't do now, later on, no chance. That is how the entire society is built upon this philosophy. It's built upon this philosophy. Not only the society, the mentality of many youth. अभी नहीं तो कब करेगा? कर लो अभी. जितना मजा करना है अभी कर लो. कौन देखा है? कल कौन देखा है? डिमोनेटाइज हो जाएगा तो All energies are going to lose. Just enjoy. But a matter is not meant for enjoyment. Matter is meant for utilizing. Srila Prabhupada told, utility is the principle. Instead of utilizing matter, or anything in this world, even humans, even people, anything, whatever you were saying, whatever is external to you, including your body, the moment we try to enjoy that moment, we have devalued it. Demonetize or devalued. I'm going to use the word devalued. That is more understandable. The moment you enjoy or try to enjoy, immediately it is devalued. What is devalued? The object you enjoy, that becomes devalued, and the capacity to enjoy that also gets devalued. But one thing increases. What is that thing increases? The desire to enjoy increases. It is by nature's law. For example, you enjoy an object. Now, say for example, you have seen a cinema. You enjoyed it. But next time you see the cinema, will you get the same enjoyment out of the cinema? That means the moment you saw the cinema, the enjoyment which you get next time out of it, it is less, so it has devalued. Now, with respect to you, when you enjoyed one object or saw a cinema, you spent some energy. No enjoyment happens without spending energy. No enjoyment happens without spending energy. So when you have spent some energy, that means the capacity of enjoying within you, that also has devalued. Not only that has happened, these two things happened, there is one thing which has happened, which is subconsciously it is happening. You cannot really perceive it. What is that? You become attached. And because of that, the desire to enjoy increases. Now take the result, end result of it. Those who are in mathematics, you can see there is a gap. What is the gap which is created, which has increased? There is a gap between the desire and the capacity to enjoy. That gap has increased. And what is that gap called as? Frustration. When somebody asks what is frustration, it is just nothing but the gap between the desire to enjoy and the capacity to enjoy. That is called frustration. Though you had the object of enjoyment, still you cannot enjoy. That is called frustration. That is the reason many of the old people are frustrated. When they get frustrated, they talk how? You just cannot have any logic, any reasoning in what they talk. They get angry, irritated, and they just do anything. Why? Because they enjoyed, tried to enjoy at least. When they did that, their capacity to enjoy, it went on reducing. The desire increased. And not only that, the object which was giving enjoyment, that actually reduced. That goes on reducing. The same thing, he thinks, "Arey, it was so enjoyed, it was so nice, why it is not so nice now?" That is what happens. When a young boy falls in love with a young girl, and that after some time they get married, he gets frustrated with her. Why? The same amount of so-called happiness or enjoyment which he gave before marriage, now he is not getting it. Devalued. And not only that, gap has increased. His desires have increased so much, but his capacity to enjoy is not there. Just imagine, we fall into this trap. Whenever you see an object as an object or a person, it may be any object or any person, it may be money, it may be woman, it may be family, it may be eatable. Anything in this world, the moment you perceive with the eyes, with the attitude of enjoyment, you fall into this trap of devaluation and frustration. So that is why the topic has been coined very intelligently as utilize. I still remember one person, he asked me, my senior, "Do you have a girlfriend?" He asked me. Generally, they ask this question. Then I told no. "So why you don't have?" I said, "I am from a small village where girlfriend, boyfriend is there," I told. He was shocked. And one more senior joined along with him. "अरे ऐसा जवाब कोई नहीं दिया है." ऐसा जवाब कोई नहीं दिया. So then they asked, "Now if I get you a girlfriend, will you have it?" Then I told, "What am I supposed to do with her?" "अरे पागल है यार, कहाँ से आया?" I still remember that conversation which happened. Then the conversation went on. One person came and told, Hindi started speaking like to me. "Sach sach bol." Then something became. Then I told, one is talking about giving girlfriend, one is talking like this. No. Then ultimately, why? So you can be with her, you can be friends with her. That somebody is telling. So then I told them that as I have heard, generally after you get married, this is what you do with the girl, with her wife. Then he told, this is the right time to enjoy. So everywhere a person talks of enjoyment, this is the right time to enjoy, this is the right time to enjoy. Like sometimes the children, when they are playing, doing something naughty, the mother would say, "Hey, come on, study." The father says, "Let them play now. This is the time to play. When will they play? Are we going to play or what?" Now, after some time, when they grow up, they are 14 or 15 or something. They want to go to a movie. See, let them go to a movie now. This is the right time to do. After they to go to college, where is the time for them? This is the time to enjoy. Let them do. Whole life, it goes on. After some time, when they get married, some Hare Krishna person, "Why don't you come to temple?" Is the time to come out. Is the time to go to honeymoon. Achha. After some time, you go and "Why don't you come to the temple?" They say, "This is not the time for us because we are so much stressed up. We have a lot of interpersonal problems. We are going to court." Why? Getting divorced. You went to honeymoon. Nothing worked out there. We are trying to work out in the court, something would happen. So this is the right time to enjoy, this is the right time to enjoy, and the time comes, the right time to die. So this matter is designed in such a way, the very perception of matter with the eyes of enjoyment is leading to devaluation. So what we have to do with matter? Can you run away? Even if you run away, where will you run away? Your body is still along with you, which is made up of matter. So you have to deal with it. What you should do? Use it. Utilize it. This word utilize is a very, very important word. If you substitute this word enjoyment with utilization, including the time, and just told about persons, objects, and time also including. Oh, we have 5 hours to enjoy. And just see, we have 5 hours to just see, just 2 words. How much difference can it make to our life? We have 10,000 rupees. Let's what? Enjoy. Just imagine, we have 10,000 rupees. Let's utilize. What a difference does it make? Just these 2 words, just thinking itself, it makes our heads stand. My heads are standing just by speaking and thinking about it. Just give a thought. You had 10 hours free time. If you think how to enjoy these 10 hours, your life will lead to devaluation. You will be devalued. Your X tends to devaluation now. Now, if you think of utilization, what will happen? Your life will be valued. Your value of life goes higher and higher. How many in this world at present now, even in India, want to keep their elderly parents in their house? You know, so Prabhuji, I want to take care of them in the old age. Let your wife come, then you will tell that. Nobody wants. Nobody wants. What to speak of that? When you were a small kid, I still remember when I was a small kid, fourth standard like that. My father used to drop me in school every day on his scooter. Me and my brother also. It went on till 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard. One day, my father, I was just going out, I took my cycle. My father told me, my cycle keep, I'll drop you. No. There was a feeling, I don't want to come with this old man now. It's a fact. Leave aside, growing up, having children, and become more, keeping them, hearing to their, taking care of their, when they're old. Just a small thing, just see. You may say, you are not a good son, Prabhuji. I'm a very good son. You may say. But, okay, forget about it. Your father dropped you to school every day in the morning till 10th standard. But in the college also, he did the same thing, then will you accept it? बेटा आओ तुमको स्कूटर में छोड़ के आता हूं. In Bengal, the mothers, they love their children like anything. Prabhupada said, one should have a heart of a Bengali mother and the courage of a British soldier. When he said it means actually what a Bengali mother means, you don't know. Anybody is Bengali here? Nobody is a Bengali. Bengali mother, I'll tell you. These mothers, they drop the children to the school in morning around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And children, when they come out of the school at around 1 o'clock or so, these mothers are there at 12 o'clock itself, just waiting in front of the gate to open, my child is going to come. And now, they all have their dabbas. They bring the dabbas. As soon as their child comes out, immediately they hug the child, feed them, open the dabba and put in the mouth. They are so concerned, maybe my child must be hungry. And where is the house? Just next door. Just next door. And the first question mother asked, teacher bet you or what? Huh? She did not tell anything, na? And if the child doesn't smile or talk, immediately they'll call husband, teacher has done something to the child. They make it a big case. Now, the child, the moment he goes for some time, goes to the college, he doesn't even bother about parents. Doesn't even bother about it. So it leads to devaluation. The enjoyment leads to devaluation. That is why every person, if he considers the object of every object to be an object of enjoyment, he is devalued and nobody cares for that person. But if this person develops spiritual knowledge and maturity and utilizes for spiritual knowledge and maturity, then as the time goes by, his value increases and everybody likes to keep that person in their house. Once I had been to, was invited for a lecture, to give a lecture in Santa Cruz. You have this senior citizens forum everywhere, in every place they have. They invited me to give a class. You remember, when Santa Cruz, how people are. They were actually very old body, but young at heart. But their bodies were old. Somebody, having this thing, somebody have that, somebody is fat, somebody is thin, somebody is like this. But they are wearing all sorts of dresses which a teenage boy or a girl would wear. Because they want to show that we are young, we are still college going. They were all sitting, I was shocked. He said, what is this firm? Senior citizens, what it is? Somebody is wearing some kind of jeans, somebody is wearing this, somebody is... in Santa Cruz, you understand how it is. They are all sitting, they are all 60 plus, senior citizens. I started my class asking one question. How many of your children like that you should stay in their house? I could see their faces were like, why? And nobody raised their hands. It's a very sensitive topic I started. I was praying to Krishna that I need to handle this topic very sensitive. Nobody should be hurt. How many of you feel that your children are neglecting you? One old person stood up. I don't care whether they take care of me or don't take care of me. I want to be independent. And he was not even able to stand properly. He was shaking. Then I told, please sir, sit down. How many of you feel that this elderly gentleman is speaking this out of frustration? Everybody raised their hands. Then he looked back. Then he stood up. Yes. Then I asked another question. Why? There was a day when your children loved you the most. They were dependent on you the most. You loved them the most. You took care, you took loan to make your children stand on their legs. Now they feel that they just cannot stay with you. They don't want you at your house. If at all they want to stay, you stay somewhere. That's why the Mother's Day, Father's Day and all started. Because every day was Mother's Day, isn't it? It's Mother's Day. And now you celebrate one day as Mother's Day. And that's Western culture. Why? One person told, this young generation is like that. They don't have any values, they don't know, they don't see the sacrifice the parents have done. One person, it's a big topic. Everybody saying one reason. Then I told, okay, if you have something in your house which is of great value, would you not like to have it in your house? Oh, yes. Now, I told them, the problem is that your children, they don't consider that you are of some value to us. And they all agreed, yes, they don't even value our existence. They think that we are kachra. We are useless. Why? Why they are thinking that you are useless? Everybody was silent. You want to know? This was a conversation which went on in that talk. They were just nodding their head. I told, because of you. In their childhood, you taught them. Beta, the goal of life is enjoyment. Whoever helps you in your enjoyment is your friend. Whoever is an obstruction for your enjoyment, get rid of them. Because the goal of life is enjoyment. Now they are young. You are an obstruction for their. So what you have taught them? What you taught them? Anything and anybody as an obstruction for your goal of life, that is enjoyment, what you should do? Remove them. I could see 3-4 people doing this. Don't you think it's a fact? Right as soon as you're born, what does the father and mother think? Father says, मैं उसको पायलट बनाऊंगा. Mother says, मैं इसको डॉक्टर बनाऊंगी. अरे, he has not even learned ABCD, and you want to impose your ideas on that baby. The baby doesn't know anything. Have you asked the baby what you want to be? They treated that baby as an object of enjoyment. My desires will be fulfilled by this son. My desires will be. He'll fulfill my desires. That means what? An object of enjoyment. And you taught the goal of life is to enjoy. Anybody comes in your life between you and your enjoyment, kick them out. Now the same principle boomeranged onto you. When they are living in the house, they are nice people, they want to go to a party. If they take you, their status is not so. And if they take you, and they do all things fast, and you cannot walk fast. So, to reach their object of enjoyment, you are an obstruction. You are an anchor for them. So, they say, you be at home only. We'll go and enjoy and come. So, I just quoted many instances. Then, all were like completely stunned and silent, listening carefully. Then I told, how many of you really want to be valued by your children? Everybody raised hands. Everybody wants to be valued by their children. Then what you should have done to increase your value so that they would long know, how can I live without my parents, my father, my grandfather, grandmother? Without them, our life is useless. It is when they feel at every step that they are dependent on you. For what? Money, you cannot give them anymore. or any other thing, enjoyment, you cannot give them more. When will they have a feeling? When you have told them, beta, the goal of life is not enjoyment. The goal of life is attaining spiritual knowledge. The goal of life is to become more matured. The goal of life is that you gain more and more experiences and you get proper advice and guidance. Then, at every step, the child would feel, as he grows, I require elderly guidance, a proper advice. I require knowledge. Here when I say knowledge, it means experiential knowledge. I require guidance. Because my parents are more mature, they can guide me better. As they become older, they get more experience and more knowledge. And they will be valued more and more as their age increases. Because they are taught right from the childhood, the goal of life is not enjoyment. Then I stopped the class. I asked, any questions? No questions. Then I was about to then wind up and get down. Somebody, tried to came and talk something and wind up the thing. One old man asked, he raised his hands, I have a question. Swamiji, what to do now, tell. Tell me what to do now. All done and said, we have done a mistake. What to do now? Then I told them, still you have a hope. Increase your value by getting spiritual knowledge. The only asset you have now, whatever money in the bank is that's there for your life, whatever, only asset you have is time. Now don't think of enjoying the left time, whatever time is left in your life, maybe 1 or 2 years, I don't know. The only asset is this. Instead of thinking of how to enjoy, what you do? Think of utilizing it. That's power. This word utilize is so powerful. Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of this society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he's such a philosopher, I'm telling you. Right from when I was in college, I used to read a lot of philosophy books, Vivekananda, Yogananda, that and this. In my childhood, I had some touch with spirituality, and I liked Madhvacharya and all these things. But one who can make philosophy so simple, one who can make philosophy, present it, the highest level of philosophy, the highest rungs of philosophy, not just here and there, the highest things, to present it in simple English words, which are so practical. There is no other person other than Srila Prabhupada. It's a fact. It's a fact. And that is the only reason thousands and thousands of youth and children are taking to Krishna consciousness, when they have the highest energy, high time, opportunity to enjoy. Once somebody asked Prabhupada, in your temples, why I find young people more? Then Prabhupada asked him another question. When you go to college, do you find young people or more old people? College or school, you will find. Then he told young people, or you go in schools and college, you'll find young people only. Then Prabhupada asked, why? So now it was his question, and Prabhupada did not answer. Instead of he answering, what did he do? He started asking questions to him only. And he told young people are there. Then why? Why? Then he was confused. Because that is the time to study. That is the time to learn and get knowledge. That is why you find young people in our temples. That is the time to learn and study. If you come to temple, learn and study, you will be valued. Your value will go on increasing. Because the more you study Krishna consciousness, the more you will be experienced to become Krishna consciousness and spiritual knowledge, whoever comes, whoever are juniors, whoever come, they'll be always looking up to you for guidance. But if your philosophy itself is enjoyment, the older you grow, the lesser is the capacity for you to enjoy, and also you become a hurdle for others' enjoyment, so they will treat you as devalued. Why at all you are supposed to come to me? Tell me. There are some of you who are coming quite often. There are some of you who come every week. Quite intelligent. So many things in life for you to do. I am basically a failure. Why still you are listening? Materially, what I have, tell me. Is there any use for you from me? You will get some money. What you will get? If at all you will get, follow 4 regulative principles. Dangerous things. Huh? If you become more close to me, I will tell you, Mundwa ke aa jana master mein kya hai. Many of you know that. But still come, Prabhuji. Why? The only reason is, in spite of all these things, some hope is there, or some expectation is there, or some faith is there. I don't use the hope and expectation. Some faith is there that if I sit in his class, I'll get something new today, which will be helpful in my life. Because he has more experience and knowledge. और यार ये तो बहुत सुना था, यूटिलिटी बहुत सुना था, यूटिलाइजेशन बहुत सुना था, ये एंजॉयमेंट यूटिलाइजेशन दोनों साथ में कभी सुना नहीं था. 10,000 रुपए है, को कैसे एंजॉय करूं, कैसे यूटिलाइज करूं? It is a big thing, but actually a simple thing only. That is called knowledge. The more you have these things, the more you get these things, this knowledge. Actually, sometimes people think spiritual knowledge means something abstract. It is not. How you utilize matter in a proper perspective, that is called spiritual life. That is called spiritual knowledge, experiential knowledge. Krishna is playing flute, gopis are coming, running to him. That is all too high. Don't talk about it now. That is all too high. But the fundamental spiritual knowledge is, the first step of spiritual knowledge is how to utilize matter. Matter involves things, money, etc., infrastructure, what things. Number 2, the people around you. Number 3, time. The unconscious material energy, that is matter. Eternal unconscious energy of the Lord, that is time. Of course, the humans, they are the spiritual energy of the Lord. We are because spirit souls. How I can utilize these 3 things? And that increases our value at every step. The enjoyment leads to devaluation. So before your devaluation, what you do? Utilize. Your time, your energy, means all material energy, including money, whatever things you have, the people around you. Utilize. Before devaluation. If you don't utilize, definitely you try to enjoy, what will happen? That leads to, even if you don't enjoy, just like the zombie, you're going to be devalued. Because the time doesn't allow you to increase your value. As the time goes by, the body is devalued. Naturally, everything is devalued. So don't just live your life in ignorance. जो होगा देखा जाएगा, पढ़ा रहेंगे, क्या आप देखें? You'll be devalued. Don't live in passion, thinking of enjoying, you'll be devalued. As I've told in the beginning of the class, the more you enjoy an object, what happens? Gap between the capacity to enjoy and the desire to enjoy, it goes on increasing. It leads to frustration. The more frustrated you are, nobody bothers about you. Devalued. Who wants to be with a frustrated person? In my college, one of my friend came to me one day. बहुत frustrated हो गया. Then I told him why. कोई बात करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है. Then I told, if you are frustrated, who will talk to you? You go happy, then people will talk to you, ना? वो इतना भी कोई बात नहीं किया मुझसे. इतना ही बात नहीं किया. Then यहाँ से ये सब कैसे जानते हो तुम? What is there to know in that? Everybody wants happiness. And if you go after happiness and knowledge and experience, then people will value you and keep you. If you go with frustration, who values? And why you are frustrated? Because you want something and you are not able to get it. Or you don't have the capacity to get it. Then he starts saying, yes, true. I want a girlfriend, I am not getting it. I told, did you speak to the person who already got it? No. So then I asked him, go and speak to that person. One more boy was there. He told that boy's name. He has a girlfriend. Go and speak to him. Don't tell about your frustration to him that I don't have. Tell him, just talk to him. How are you feeling? How are you? Just be as a friend and come to my room again and tell what happened. He came to me and told, अरे वो तो ज़्यादा frustrated है. ये ठीक है. Then I told him that you are frustrated because you don't have a girlfriend, na? Because you could not get the girlfriend. And I don't know why is he frustrated. He already has, na? That is the problem. I told, what is the problem? He has it, na? He has, that is the problem. I was not knowing. So what is the problem? He says that he thought that I have a lot of enjoyment. But it is not there. It is not there. What exactly he told? He told that every time he tries to enjoy, talk of enjoyment with her, somehow or the other, she makes him spend lot of money. And recently he found that she has got 10 more people like him. And every day her demands goes on increasing. And he's totally frustrated. At least ऐसा तो नहीं है, मेरा पैसा ज़्यादा भी नहीं, मेरे पिताजी इतना अमीर नहीं है, शांति से रहूँगा मैं. So, frustration goes on. If we don't take up spiritual life, if we think just of enjoyment only, that leads to frustration, and a frustrated person has no value. Who cares? People are already fed up. And you go with frustration, who cares for you? You have knowledge. And you're utilizing every second, every single penny, every single aspect of your energy, and your youth, you're utilizing it, and you're growing more and more stronger, physically, mentally, intellectually, spiritually. Who will not like to have you as a friend? Who will not like to have you as a guide? Even though you are just lying down on the bed, you're just about to leave the body. Srila Prabhupada. I don't know how many of you have seen this video, the final lesson. It's just only bones, nothing. 8 days he had not even taken a drop of water. Hundreds of people, they are just thronging him, waiting. And you will find there's one devotee having a dictaphone, a microphone near the mouth. And he's talking, just trying to get every word, which is so valuable. They're just longing that every word can save millions of lives. How much value this old person has? Who gave value to that old person? 80-year-old person who gave their, not a value, who just gave up life. They were willing to do anything. Whose philosophy was, anybody above 30 are devalued people. Should not even live. Hippies. Their philosophy, there are 10 points, something like that. Sridhar Maharaj was saying 10 points, or something like he was, I don't remember exactly all the points. The first thing was, anybody above 30 should not live on this planet. That is their philosophy, hippies' philosophy. And the same people, they valued this person, 80-year-old person, to such an extent that they were willing to give up their lives for him. If the Prabhupada would say, jump from this window and die, they are ready. Because of this old man's, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual knowledge and maturity, which is the only valued object in this entire mental existence. So utilize these three things: the people around you, the time, and the things, including money, whatever the things you have, everything. The youth, the energy, the intellectual capacities. Utilize it for spiritual maturity, for knowledge. So I stop here. Any questions? Yes.
Can the concept of one concept and today's concept of Vrindavanam can be said to be identical, except that in the case of first it was willingly by parents, and today children compel their parents to go for Vrindavanam?
It is like a brahmachari and a bachelor. A bachelor is called a bachelor because just waiting to get married and nobody koi kar nahi raha. That doesn't make him a brahmachari. Are they both same? Huh? Both same? One is called कुंवारा, नहीं हो रहा है कोई, बस खोने को आता है, बिगड़ जाता है मामला, क्या करे. इसलिए मैं भी ब्रह्मचारी हूँ. No, that person cannot be called a brahmachari. So, this Vruddhashram is not a Vedic concept. People start opening Vruddhashram. It is because of necessity, of the social necessity, because people are. The more you open, the more it will be filled up. The problem is not of lack of Vruddhashrams. The problem is lack of proper Brahmachari ashram. If you have a proper Brahmachari ashram, you are trained in the values of life, trained with the responsibilities, how to be a responsible citizen of the country. What are the duties? You'll be trained with spiritual knowledge. You'll be trained with what is the goal of life. When you're trained, some of the brahmacharis would go to Grihasthashram, some of the brahmacharis would directly take up sannyas ashram. In these four ashramas, there is no question of any vruddhashram. So, Vanaprastha ashram is not an ordinary thing. It is very, very exalted position. As much as there is a distinct difference between being brahmachari and a bachelor, there is a distinct difference between Vanaprastha and I still remember when I used to go to Baroda for youth programs, very in the beginning, in 2001, 2002, till 2004 I went there. Every 2 months I used to go. We used to organize one camp on the banks of Narmada river. There is one Nirma Vruddhashram. I still remember. The trustee is known to us. They used to arrange for a place for the boys to stay. And prasadam and all, without oil and garlic, he used to make. And just, 100 meters away, you have Narmada river. A very nice place we used to have. So, I took few classes there. And there are a lot of old people, Vruddhashram. Morning 6 o'clock till midnight 12 o'clock. Whole day TV is going on. And who are they? Old people. They have a problem with the hearing. They keep full volume. Whole day. Vruddhashram. Few people, they spend some time in gardening, some time in this, some time in this thing. And on one floor they had given us for all young boys. All young boys from MS University, Engineering College, Management College, everybody. We were about 50 boys camp was going on. Every day morning they are getting up, chanting. And then the owner, sorry, these Vruddhashram, you have Bhagavad Gita class for them, one class you give. I went there. It was voluntary. If they want to attend, they can attend. Nobody came for the class. And the person who organized, he thought everybody would come. He put a notice board, announcement, everything was done. And he was not an old man who was managing the entire thing. He was in the middle age. स्वामी जी क्या करें? ये आप यंग बच्चा लोग कर रहे हैं ना, ये इन लोगों को करना चाहिए. अभी मेरा दिमाग घूम गया, क्या है ये लोग? हम ये वृद्धाश्रम क्यों चलाते हैं? Why we are running this thing? I don't know. They are not allowed to smoke. And he told everybody smokes. They go out, smoke and come back. All old people. So, they say ashram, it is not ashram at all. Just imagine, all of them have been sent out of the house because they are frustrated. Why they are frustrated? Because the gap. And when they are frustrated, they are giving frustration to in the house. That is why they send them. Just imagine when 100 frustrated people stay together, what will happen? There will be competition, who is more frustrated. No spirituality. I remember one person in Vrindavan. I was traveling from Bombay to, from Vrindavan, Mathura to train once in Garib Rath. Next to me there was one person sitting, yes, talk ISKCON se ho. While talking, I told you, what do you do? He said that, मेरे पिताजी ने एक ट्रस्ट खोला था वृंदावन में, वृद्धाश्रम, ताकि वृद्ध लोग आएंगे अपना आखिरी समय, लास्ट डेज दे विल स्पेंड देयर, प्रभु का नाम लेंगे. My father was very pious. He did it. He left his body. Then now I am taking care of this thing. समझो, कुछ करो ना इन लोगों को. I was thinking they are all, old people. He told, we spend thousands and thousands of rupees, lakhs of rupees. We collect donation. I did it because my father was taking care of it. I was into business. I was expecting that many people who are old people coming, I am doing great service. But when went and saw, हम अच्छे, हम बहुत अच्छे हैं. रोज सुबह थोड़ा पूजा कर लेते, प्रभु का नाम 2-10 मिनट लेके व्यापार करते. ये everybody, he said, they are all drunkards. हम डोनेशन इकट्ठा करके चला रहे, क्यों चला रहा हूं मालूम नहीं पड़ रहा है. He told. I'm just giving you example. It is not at all the ashrams are like that. I'm just giving. So it has nothing to do with vanaprastha. It is not even similar. It is not even the same at all. Okay.
In earlier time, in vanaprastha system, parents, they used to realize that this is a time for me to give up this enjoyment. But today they want to enjoy. And so this is the crux of the matter.
Yeah, because they are not trained in brahmachari. That is why I told you, solution is brahmachari ashram. When you plant the seed, if you take care of the seed very nicely, the seedling comes out, the tree and the fruits will be nice. If you don't take care at the beginning, kaumaret, acharet, pragnyo, if you just let them loose, then from Kuvara ashram to Vruddhashram. Or from Brahmachari ashram to Sannyas ashram. You take a call. You want to be a Kuvara or a Brahmachari? Yes.
With this media people also, they highlight.
Okay, let me come to this. Yes.
Is it possible to maintain that enthusiasm without enjoyment? Because we have heard that if you want to enjoy, if you want to be enthusiastic, you must enjoy your work. So while working, if we are planning for enjoyment, so without enjoying, how is it possible to make enthusiasm?
Very good. How you feel motivated if you don't think of, if you don't get enjoyment? When you utilize, you will get lot of satisfaction. Ashantasya kutasukam, Krishna says this thing. First is that you at least become peaceful and satisfied, then you think of, you have, say for example you are running a company and you have 10 crore rupees loan, debts. What is the priority? To earn profits and make a big bungalow for yourself? First is what? Keep that as a target. First. Nasti buddhiruktasya nachayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shanti ashantasya kutasukam. Krishna is asking you a question. You are not even peaceful. Where is question of happiness? Isn't it? The more you try to enjoy, the more you become frustrated. Now I told, instead of enjoying, have an attitude of utilize. So when you utilize with a purpose, then definitely you will be satisfied. You will be peaceful. When you are satisfied and peaceful, that is the time you can even think of enjoyment. Just keep this in mind. What is that enjoyment? And that's all later part. At least be satisfied and be peaceful. I get the point? So we are only talking about how to come from negative to neutrality. From neutrality to positive enjoyment, that is something, that is called bhakti, that is prema. We'll talk, that subject is later. Okay? Next.
Thank you so much for giving us the guidance. This is my first time which I'm taking a session in this beautiful temple. I can understand that to uplift ourselves, the spirituality is more important in our life, the spiritual motivation.
Yes.
But often we find that during the frustration period, our spirituality goes down, the motivation goes down. So what a person needs to do in terms of maintaining that spiritual motivation when he gets more frustrated. Because when we get frustrated, हम भगवान के पास क्यों जाए? I'm really frustrated. So how a person can literally spiritually motivated even when there are bad times?
Bad times are coming for everyone. Everyone has to have bad times. Two people get bad times. At the same time, both of them had a bad time. One gets frustrated, one is not. Why? Because one has the power, strength to face the bad time. Other one doesn't have. So where did that person get the strength to face that bad time? Based on spiritual knowledge. So the very cause for his frustration is lack of spiritual knowledge. So if that person says, I am so frustrated, kya Bhagwan ke paas jaane ka? It is like saying, I am so sick, kya hospital kya jaane ka? When the doctor says take the medicine, no, I am sick, but I don't want to take the medicine. After becoming okay, I'll take it. Right? Somebody says, after learning swimming, I'll jump in water. मैं स्विमिंग सीखने के बाद ही पानी में कूदेगा. No. Let me learn swimming. I don't know swimming. Why I should go to water? पहले सीखूंगा बाद में पानी में कूदेगा. I am so frustrated. Why I should go to temple? Why I should go to get spiritual knowledge? Yes, this is the time. Arjuna was frustrated. That is the time he surrendered to. And that before that he did lot of hangama. That is like different thing. How this happens, that happens, all reasons why. But ultimately one thing, good thing he did. What did he do? Sishyasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. I am surrendered soul to you. Please tell me. Then Krishna told, Arjuna stood up and told, Karishye vachanam tava. Nayotsaiti Govinda, out of frustration, told, I am not going to fight. He started crying. And a shock treatment for 45 minutes. Bhagavad Gita. He stood up and said, Karishye vachanam tava. There he went and he shot the arrows. Okay, so last question. You have a question. You're supposed to answer people's question. more matured. He's 50 plus. And we all want him. Isn't it? Looks like youth, isn't it? Many of you don't like your fathers.
What is the difference between, see, utilizing matter, fine, utilizing time, very good. But what is the difference between selfishness and utilization for people around us?
Nate viduhi swarthagatim hi vishtum durasayaye bhairartha manina. There are two things, swartha and bhairartha. In this world, people are saying, I am selfish, he is selfish. Nobody is selfish. To be selfish, they should know what is self. Instead of being selfish, they are only fish. Only devotees are selfish. Because they know what is self. That is why they are selfish. Most of the people, they are bahirarthis, not swarthi. A swarthi is one who knows swa means one, self, atma, and artha. What is artha for atma? Paramatma. Who is that Paramatma? Vishnu, Krishna. So only who knows the sambandha between the Jivatma and the Paramatma, or the sambandha with Krishna, that is Jiver Surupo Krishna Nityadas, only that person can be called selfish. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? And I also feel interesting when I speak. It's nice. I don't know I'm speaking. It's nice. Okay, we stop here. Thank you very much. I've taken a lot of your time. And sorry for just coming to the class without being prepared. Hare Krishna.